All
Well,
right.
let's fucking go.
Right here, right now.
Greetings and
Hey,
welcome to Old Drunken Discography. We're all friends, fans, gonna get BS, argue, occasionally agree, blah, 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 talk some music. This week we are talking Devo. This was a Patreon pick. Shout out Sofakingrad. Um, but normally we choose our own artist. But, if you're a Patreon member, you get that benefit. So check the link down below. I'm Jason. With me is Tim
that's me, and this was on my list to be picked, so I'm glad Patreon picked it. Now I can move my list around.
and Bill.
Bloody bloody blah.
All right, we are talking Duty Now for the Future. We are a playlist link channel, so you can catch all these videos in a row. Um, Tim, what's up with Duty Now?
I mean, okay, so second album. There is a bit of a flavor where these are, like I said in the last video, they had already been a band for 5 or 6 years. So a lot of these songs predate the first album. They just didn't make the first album.
All but three, I believe.
Yeah. Um, so you got that going for it. So in a way it's not as good, but in another way, like I mean, I'll just go through my notes here. Devo corporate anthem, it's an intro. It's fine, it's cool. It is what it is. Clock Out is fun. Timing X is an instrumental. And then you get to Wiggly World. This is where the album really picks up for me. Wiggly World is great. Blockhead, top song contender. That chorus, I love that song. Strange Pursuit's great. The Swelling Itchy Brain. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I can hear where Nine Inch Nails is coming from now.
Huh.
Like, that's a Nine Inch Nails song right there. Triumph of the Will, it's good. Probably my low point of the album, though, because it's B side. I mean, The Day My Baby Gave Me a Surprise is incredible. Top song contender. Pink Pussycat, super fun. I love the cover of Secret Agent Man. It's goofy. It's a lot of fun. It's great. Um, Smart Patrol, Mr. DNA. I mean, Mr. DNA is the better part of the song, but Smart Patrol is the majority of it. And I love, just the I'm just a spud looking for a real tomato. Um, that's a great song. And then yeah, Red Eye is for closer. It's it's better than Shrivel Up. I like it. It jams. Um, but I don't know if it's quite like top song contender. Um, but there are a few on this album, and yeah, if you like the presentation of what they're doing here, the fact that these are older songs that didn't quite make the first album does shouldn't matter because these are all still a bunch of great songs.
Um, I mean, I agree, but I think, well, I only have one issue with this album, but the opening track, that's how you do an opening instrumental. Like, it's not a pointless instrumental. Clock Out's fine. Timing X, though, that's my problem. It's too soon for another instrumental. Like, track three, instrumental.
Sure. Yeah.
That's my only issue. I think Timing X would have fit better on the first record, just
Okay.
sequencing wise. Wiggly World kind of has the 70s rock groove going on. Still Devo weird, though. Blockhead's great. Strange Pursuit, I like all the tempo changes and the line, I come running like the fat boy in lead shoes, like the fat boy I'm huff puffing after you. I didn't like SIB, though. I wasn't a fan. Which is weird you said Nine Inch Nails, because, I mean, Trent does have a very big 80s synth background.
Sure.
So, I mean, it would make sense, but I didn't like that one. Triumph of the Will, I did like this one, though. I'm not a wanker or a banker. It does feel like it's missing something, though. Like, it's not completed or, like, full. I need a little bit more time in the oven, I guess. The Day Be My Baby, top tier storytelling right there. Pink Pussycat, this is a song that you could throw in the middle of a mixtape for the fuck of it. Just randomly between like the Misfits and Sonic Youth, you just randomly throw Pink Pussycat. Top song contender. Secret Agent Man, I think this may be the best version of this song I've ever heard. Smart Patrol. So my notes say I feel like there's an inside joke I'm missing with this one. But after I got further along into the discography, I understood it completely. Top song contender. Red Eye, it's a better closure than the first album. It's a little repetitive, but in a fun way. So, yeah. That's my notes.
Well, so after listening to the first album, then going to this one for the first time, I was like, all right, I was intrigued as to what I was going to hear. I wasn't expecting an instrumental to start, given the fact that there was no instrumental on the first album. But the way it bled right into Clock Out, like just from track to track, I thought went really well, actually. Definitely agree with you, Jason, that is a good instrumental to start a discography or start an album. Uh, Clock Out, again, it was a good follow up. Not my favorite on the album, though. Um, Timing X, I would kind of agree with you, Jason. It is a bit soon for another instrumental. I mean, but I would say to its credit, it kind of makes sense after Clock Out. Like just looking album title wise, or yeah, not album
It does
title,
work.
song title wise. Like you got the corporate, then you're clocking out, then we're timing, going to the next place. Um,
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. It don't work for me.
Wiggly World definitely was a fun one. Fun song, top song contender. Blockhead. Had to listen. It took me a couple times before I realized, like, oh, they're shouting Blockhead. Awesome. Like, great song. Uh, I really like what's going on with it. Strange Pursuit feels like a natural transition from Blockhead to Smelling Itching Brain for me. Which then at that point, I like how it does like the tones up, the tones down kind of in the intro part of that song. Um, and again, top song contender on it. B-sides of this, Triumph of the Will was all right, but I would say the day my baby gave me a surprise, I like more again. Um, Not to say that Triumph of the Will was bad. It just I didn't like it as much. Pink Pussycat with the whole bowing and stuff going on with it, but doing it in a musical way. Thought they did it really good. Had top song contender. Um, Secret Agent Man. I don't know if it's. I wouldn't say it's the best version of the song I've heard, but it is still a great version. Smart Patrol, Mr. DNA. It was good. Not standoutish, but then Red Eye, I would say agree for a closer of the album. It definitely picked up. Um, they picked up the mark on that one. I mean, just thematically looking at it, I could almost look at these song titles like just someone going through like the end of his day at work and then waking up in the morning.
Well, you're doing your duty now for the future.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. You're going to work, you're clocking out, you're getting all your
Just
time.
as
It's like,
bad
all right,
looking for a real tomato.
say, hey, get to a wiggly world, with a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of blockheads. You got Strange Pursuit going on,
Scanning barcodes all day.
you know, you know. Oh, this this was an enjoyable listen, and I felt like there was more diversity and more cleanup on this one production wise than there was on the first album.
Okay. Well, Tim, no,
Yeah.
this isn't your pick. This is Prince's
Oh.
pick.
It is Prince's pick, but whose turn is it to guess?
That's, well, it's
I
my
think the
turn.
editor's got to make that choice.
I'll
Okay,
make the
cool.
choice. Dot, 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 dot. All right. I'm going to say Bill has duty over question.
That would be correct.
I'm going to say Tim has question over duty.
Also correct.
Can he go 3 for 3?
I think Jason's going to go question over duty.
Are you sure?
Yep, 3 for 3. Woo!
Okay, 3 for 3.
I think
we got a winner finally.
Wait, I'll do some foreshadowing. I don't know Prince's pick. I'll reach out to him. Well, when he comes back, he's got to rank all these. But I think he's going to do the same. I think he's going to have question over duty. Calling it now.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I would agree with that. But we'll find out. Hopefully.
Stay tuned for that.
Right. I know I am.
Up next, freedom of choice, right?
Yes, sir.
Freedom of choice. So stick around for that. We are a Playlist Link channel.
I have that one right here.
I thought I had it. I thought I had the first album too, but I got some holes in my vinyl.
Yeah.
As always, be safe and what, Tim?
Make good decisions.
Cold sweat on my collar, dripping to my boots.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again.